Hey Internet, welcome back to Easy Riding. I'm Zach.
And I'm Emma.
Emma, I'm hungry. Where are we gonna go?
We are going to Tortilla Flats today.
Currently it looks like we're riding straight off into the Superstition Mountains. However, we will turn left here at some point soon. A couple miles up the road.
We are currently headed out to Apache Junction, which is one of the easternmost cities in the valley. And Apache Junction has the Apache Trail, which is basically how you get to Tortilla Flat. Tortilla Flat is located in the Tonto National Forest in the Superstition Mountain Wilderness, which is the Superstitions, as Zach said, are the ones right in front of us. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it always looks like a giant laying on his back with his mouth open. And then at his head is the cartoon Ziggy. So you probably wouldn't think Arizona has too many national forests, but Tonto National Forest is one of the ones that we have. It is mostly filled with cacti and Joshua trees and things like that. And as you get to northern Arizona, we have much more foresty forests. It's a little windy today.
So this ride's going to be interesting and useful for us in a couple of regards. Obviously, it's fun to get out and ride, which is probably number one. Number two is this is the first real test we've had of this Russell Day-long seat with any sort of twisty road. We'll get up towards Canyon and past that, and it gets a little twisty out there. That guy had a crazy looking helmet.
He did. I think it was like a face guard or something. He was doing slow maneuvers though, so he couldn't give a wave. He gave a head bob.
But the another reason why this one is interesting is because I think the last time we had any real curvy roads was when we went down on Opal.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a possibility that I've just got a little bit of nerves in me that for the twisties coming up, even though it was a mechanical failure and nothing I did wrong when we were riding the road out of Jerome. I guess that doesn't
assuage your nerves.
Yeah, apparently that doesn't matter to my my guts.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about it too.
Not a lot nervous. I'm confident in my abilities, but
we've come back a couple times through Payson on Mav, and that has a good bit of twisty windies, and you did just fine. Tortilla Flat is part of a trail called the Yavapai Trail that was used by prospectors, military, and cattle ranchers that were traveling through the area when Roosevelt Dam was being constructed. And the area itself started as a stagecoach stop in 1904 because they needed to get supplies up to the area where they were doing the construction. Coming up to Dutchman State Park, Lost Dutchman State Park.
Yeah, it's over there.
There's a lot of legends and lore surrounding the Superstition mountain ranges in Arizona. A lot of it having to do with prospectors and gold.
We just posted a video where we went to get some coffee from Lost Dutchman Coffee Co. And that's where they're named from, is that legend that originates out here. Getting a nice closer view of supers up here. Alright, our first real peel off of out of the valley, I'd say. To Apache Trail. right, it is the 88.
Haha.
There's Goldfield Ghost Town. We might come do a video on this at some point. A little tourist trap thing. Based off of old western town. They do gun shows and have all kind of stuff.
Ghost tours and mine tours and
The ubiquitous gold panning.
yeah, it's part of the legend for the Lost Dutchman. The basic story is there was a guy named Jacob Waltz, and he was a prospector. And somewhere he said he hid his gold in the Superstition Mountains. He was the only one to have a map. People are still looking for his gold today. Is the basic story.
If you look it up, you're gonna fall down quite the rabbit hole.
Yes. Our son loves looking up information about the Lost Dutchman. All the big tall cacti you see out here are saguaro cactus.
Boy, that one grew funny.
Yeah. The little bushly ones are cholla cactus, or jumping cactus. They are a booger to get out of skin or hair or clothing. They're nasty. Lots of cholla. I haven't seen much prickly pear yet. There's some. The prickly pear are the flat pancake looking cacti.
You can make jelly out of their fruit.
Yep, and people will fry up and skin the paddles themselves to eat. These are some twisties, though.
Yup. This road up the canyon always is. I gotta say, I don't feel the need to street Rossi my way through these curves. But boy, these cars take it really slow.
I feel like we've got a couple of cautious people in front of us. Maybe they're in it for the scenic view. Tortilla Flat has a kind of an interesting name. There was a guy named John Klein, and there's a couple of stories about how he ended up naming Tortilla Flat. But he was a pioneer, and the story is either he and a couple of cattle ranchers had gone to Phoenix to get some supplies and instead got drunk and forgot all the supplies on their hike back to the Tortilla Flat area, the Yavapai Trail, and all they had was a little bit of flour, and they made tortillas so they could eat. The other story is that they were traveling on a cattle drive. They got stuck in a flash flood and all of their supplies got washed away, except for some flour that they could make some tortillas with. And again, thus it got its name, Tortilla Flats.
You haven't gotten to my favorite fact about Tortilla Flats yet.
What's your favorite fact about Tortilla Flats?
That they've got a population of 6.
Oh, I was gonna say that next. So yeah, the population of Tortilla Flat is 6. It's a very small town, little small area. It survived floods and fires, and they've had a couple of fires that have burned down the hotel, and they turned it into a mercantile. Afterward, they had it on one side of the street, and then they moved it to the other side of the street after they rebuilt. Let's see, I need something else to think about to distract me. You can see Four Peaks really well right there.
Yeah. Good shot of Four
close.
Peaks. I think that's a better shot of it, closer to it than we were when we were at Fountain Hills.
Yeah. Pretty far away from Fountain Hills. I can't imagine being out here, having buried your gold somewhere out here, being able to get yourself back out here consistently to
find
find
it
where
again?
you've hit it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like there was a road back then, huh?
No.
Can you imagine, even when there was a dirt track that was the trail to get to Apache Lake
Right?
through Tortilla Flats? Can you imagine what that trail would be like?
Yeah. Bring supplies all the way from Phoenix out here to Apache Junction with donkeys and a stagecoach stop before there was pavement and things.
Be pretty crazy.
It's nuts.
It's a cool rock.
It is a cool rock. I like it. I couldn't tell if it was like furry or if it's just colorful.
There's a lot of lichen on it, I think.
Yeah.
Finally see Canyon Lake.
Yeah. This is Canyon Lake. This is one of the 4 reservoirs that we have here in Arizona. That being Canyon Lake, Apache Lake, Saguaro Lake, and Roosevelt Lake. And they are man-made as part of the Salt River Project that was helping get water into the lower valley. And you can get to Roosevelt Lake from Tortilla Flat, but it's mostly a dirt road. So you have to go the long way around now because of last year's fire that happened. It took out a lot of the road and stuff to Apache Lake up on Fish Creek Hill. So you can't even go that way anymore. You have to go, that used to be the way you went, was to go down to Apache Lake to Fish Creek Hill and then over to Roosevelt. And the Roosevelt Dam. There's a good shot of Canyon. When I was a kid, we would come up to Canyon Lake a lot to come to do fishing and playing at the beach and stuff. Now we mostly stay at Saguaro.
Yeah, I always spent a lot more time in Saguaro as a kid.
Yeah, we would go to Canyon and Apache. I've never actually been to Roosevelt.
Oh, no?
Nope.
Choppy today.
Yeah, it's because it's windy.
Bad for skiing.
Bad for skiing.
That's what we did. We go to the
Water
lake and ski. Yep.
It is really choppy. Pretty low, too. Oh, there's not even any boats or nothing out. I mean, I guess
Wrong
it is
time of
still
year.
February.
Yeah.
Yeah. One-lane bridge. Oh, this is gonna be fun. We have to do it. There's no choice.
I think I've jumped off of this bridge before.
I think you have. I think I remember you telling me that. There's lots of bluegill in this lake, which are disgusting fish. It's alright. It's good. We're going across the bridge. Yes, we are.
If it was all motorcycles, this could be a 2-lane bridge.
Oh, okay. Canyon Lake is pretty.
Canyon Canyon Lake's pretty cool. It goes way back in there.
Yeah. That's why it's called Canyon Lake, because there's lots of little inlets and places that you can go back and forth. And boats in the marina. Oh, this bridge is paved. This is okay. This isn't a scary bridge. The only other time I've been to Tortilla Flat was with Papa Bear on the Gold Wing. We drove all the way down here and it was closed. And if I remember correctly, I was just as freaked out as I am now.
How's the Russell Daylong seat treating you?
It's good though. I think it's definitely that like pocket they were talking about that your bum wants to naturally fall into. Yeah. I don't feel the ridge line as much as I did the first time I got on. Yep,
I think that must be Tortilla Flat. Busier than I expected it to be there.
Yeah. It's okay, it is right around lunchtime. Woo, Tortilla Flats. We found it. Now to find a parking spot.
Alright, made it to Tortilla Flats. Let's see what this place is about. I think that's the safe place. I think they just seat outside over there. Got some live music going on. A little country store. I gotta say, this is a lot more touristy than the last time I was here. Talking about the prickly pear jelly. There you go. They've got all kind of prickly pear nonsense in here.
Okay.
Like the ceramic conductors.
Insulators, I think. Probably not conductors. Those ones don't seem insulated. We're in the little schoolhouse. Ring the bell, Emma. It didn't ring.
They bring outside. Bell outside.
It squeaked. It didn't ring. Cool little bit of water floating next to Tortilla Flats. Little jailhouse over there. It's got a lock that is a puzzle that you have to figure out to get it back open. Alright, so we made it to the restaurant. There's dollar bills covering the walls, some of them from foreign locations. But it's time to tuck in. Well, we done ate at Tortilla Flats. Made the ride out, making the ride back. I will say that it is significantly more touristy than I remember it as a child, which, you know, makes sense, I suppose. But the food was good. I've been craving some garbage fries for a long time, and they fit the bill, so.
And the burger I had was good.
Yeah, Emma let me have a bite. It was pretty tasty. This is Emma's favorite bridge. Alright everybody, thanks for coming to Tortilla Flats with us, seeing some Arizona sights.
Till next time. Thanks for a beautiful ride.